Hey right guys, so much as Joe here, and today we are watching and reacting to episode 2 of Once Upon a Time Season 1. As if you saw the pilot reaction, which I'm assuming you did, I didn't adore the first episode. I think it had potential, it had moments, but I did kind of lean back on the fact that there are plenty of pilots out there. Shadowhunters, the 100, not Anne with an E so much, but that was one of those where I enjoyed the pilot of Anne with an E, but didn't know I'd end up loving that show. But Shadowhunters the 100, and plenty of others that I can't think of right now, where the pilot episode isn't great. So I'm gonna, like I say, give the show around 10 episodes. If I'm really feeling how I did with the first episode after 10 episodes, then I don't know if I'll continue. I'll obviously do the first season. I always like to stick to the first season, but if by episode 10 I'm a bit still like, then I'll be a little bit worried about it. But we'll see. Episode 2, hopefully, is better than episode 1. I feel like the first episode is just like the characters I didn't latch onto too much. And then I have actually watched the pilot of Lucifer as well, and doing Merlin. I was meant to do Merlin yesterday, but hopefully I'll have time to do it today. Lucifer, I latched onto characters a lot quicker in the pilot than I did here. So maybe episode 2, fingers crossed. But there was definitely potential, like I said. So if you enjoy, remember to leave a like. If you're new, remember to subscribe. If you do want those uncut and early reactions, Patreon should be around 4 or 5 episodes ahead. Then a link to it will be down below. But for now, let's do this. That logo, wow, I think maybe spent about 4 seconds on that. Oh yeah, his little face when it chimed, he's like, yeah. His face.
I'm your mother.
No, you're not.
Ooh.
Well, then who
The
is?
sass.
That woman you brought here?
She's the best character at
Yes,
the
how
moment.
about that indeed?
Whoever. I don't know if is it just evil queen, I guess.
Henry has enough issues. He doesn't need you confusing him.
All due respect, Madam Mayor, the fact that you have now threatened me twice in the last 12 hours...
Just get a restraining order against her. I'm sorry, but if she's around the town looking at the kid, get a restraining order.
Henry's okay.
If it was a closed adoption, you can't really be there trying to make sure Henry's okay. You gave him away. What? Oh my god. Feel my wrath.
Are you sure, Your Majesty?
But you said you'd never use it. You made me feel that
But you said you'd never use it, what the fuck?
Trade it away.
Oh, the CGI though.
How are you, dear?
What the fuck?
Fine. Must we do this?
Do it, have a CGI fight. Yes. Yes, CGI. Oh my god. It's like Naruto. 10-10. Damn, I would have lost all respect for that if they killed the little horse. Oh wow. Gandalf versus Saruman.
You're my only friend.
Right.
Don't do this.
I do that to my friends as well, if we can try and kill their pets. It's like I'm watching theatre in a way.
And move to a new, better realm.
Sounds like Ori's robot voice.
Place where we can
You will do as I see. Fuck. He's my favourite character, he's just shitting himself. Did she get oh my god.
Yeah, you really unleashed something there.
Yo, he's hacking. Oh wow. My favourite character's dead. Oh my god, that's where I recognise the name from. It's Gus Fring. What is he doing in this? Wasn't this around when Breaking Bad would have been airing as well? 2011? I swear it would have been in Breaking Bad at this point. What?
Do you know what I do?
Oh,
with
Gus
things that
Fring
hold
could
no
squash
value?
you.
You have an admirer.
What? Who is it? Oh, Jamie Dornan, of course. Mr. Grey will see you now.
I didn't send it.
Oh.
I did.
Oh, for fuck's
I like
sake.
cinnamon too.
I like cinnamon too.
Hey, where'd you get that?
Your mom.
Don't eat that.
This is a poisonous apple.
Not
He's actually like the main character in it.
Stuck.
I know the hero never believes it first. If they did, it wouldn't be a very good story.
Very on the
You
nose.
need proof.
You can see him looking at the
I gotta
camera
go.
every now and
I'll
again,
punch you
like.
later and we can get started.
Why did I have images of him getting run over at that point? Thanks for putting.
I mean, he thinks everyone is a
He can't tell her this, by the way, or he's breaking the law.
crazy.
He's translating as best he can. This is how he communicates. And he's using this book to help.
Yeah, imagine if what's going on in the fairy tale world actually did not
Has he
happen.
been seeing you longer than
Oh mate, if that's real, I'm gonna be shocked.
Yes, he has.
So
Are
it's
these
Regina.
are actually not fairy tale
His
characters.
mother. You were right. She was just here.
Oh, snitch.
The file?
Snitches get stitches.
How did you know she was gonna come here?
You're under arrest.
Wow.
You know I'm being set up, don't you?
And a mask. You're setting you up.
Who do you bloody think, Jamie Dornan?
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
Call her out on BS, I love
I
it.
know you think otherwise.
I gotta get back to class.
They looked at the bloody camera again. I've got to go back to class.
You were gathering intel for Operation Cobra.
I'm sorry, I'm a bit lost.
It's need to know, Sheriff. And
Oh,
all
yeah,
you
of
need
course.
to know is that
Through that bloody fuck. Oh my god. Wrecked. Wrecked. Pretty sure that's destruction of private property though. Now you've actually broke the law.
Come after me one more time, I'm coming back for the rest of this tree.
But that is actually breaking the law.
idea.
You've actually broken the law now. What, chopping down a tree? I'm sorry, Belle Swan. Oh my god.
Your move.
Well, is that meant to be a badass moment? It kind of was then she spoke.
You can show yourself.
I can't believe I thought that was David Tennant. David Tennant's a better actor than him, to be fair, so I don't know why I thought that.
You see. Please.
You do
Jesus,
realize that
what the
you might succeed.
fuck? It's on math.
Far more precious.
Why?
Tell me what was
It's like he goes from okay acting to then awful with him. Whereas there's someone else. Oh, her friend maybe? I mean, it's not that much of a curse. It's pretty chill here. They're living a good life.
She destroyed city property.
But there you go.
I want her arrested.
Yep.
Again?
She did actually break the law.
I'm just not convinced arresting her is the right plan. You want me to arrest her again? I will.
Good.
She's just so
gonna
salty.
keep me
What?
What the fuck? Apologizing.
The poor kid can't tell the
With that
difference between
episode where like she
honest and
sees the
lying.
truth.
Even worse.
Like, oh my god, Henry was right all along.
you think I'm crazy.
Oh wow, told not to use that word, you bloody fool.
Long enough.
She knew. I love
I
her.
knew he would be here.
Oh god, you've been played.
I have to cut out the heart of the thing I love most.
Who does she love most though?
Me.
Oh, I thought that, but I wasn't sure. Cause like, is there someone else, or is it just he's the only one that she respects?
Daddy, I don't know what to do.
Oh, it's a dad. Okay,
So is love.
just kill him.
You can have that again.
We know she does. So the problem with scenes like this, and not just this show, but plenty of others that try to do it. It's like we already know the outcome, so they're trying to have this whole conversation about don't do it, don't do it.
I can be happy.
Without you. And your dad.
Just not here.
Yup. Wrecked. Well, she killed her own dad. If that doesn't confirm that she does not give a fuck, then I don't know what will.
Thank you for everything, but
Imagine this is a finale.
if I stay,
Two episode limited series.
I think the very fact that you want to leave is why you have to stay. Care about him.
Not really how that works, but
But that doesn't mean that it isn't true.
that's side eye.
Believe in.
You what,
There
mate?
are a lot of crazy things in this
Fucking-
world.
Oh, this
So
kid.
what do I know?
Yes, Operation Boom. Put your hands
Read
in.
the pages.
There we go. Is this how she got the curse? Then is it done? Just throw her dad's heart into the fire. What about no one's trying to stop her?
I love you, Daddy.
Wait, oh my god. What the fuck? How does that make Oh, what? How? That doesn't even make sense. Okay, I'm sure we'll get maybe an explanation at some point.
What a mess.
You wanted all this to happen, didn't you? Your finding Henry wasn't an accident, was it?
Whatever.
So Henry was
Where
her
did you
dad's
get it?
name and she chose it for Henry.
Please.
Oh, is that please get out of the way, bitch? It's like Would You Kindly from Bioshock. Doesn't have a choice. Yeah, I don't know why I was shook with the Henry thing in my head. It was like, oh, that's like some twist that Henry on the gravestone, so there must be some kind of relation there. But I think it's actually just as simple as she chose the name because that was the name of her dad. So never mind. I don't know why I thought that. I just thought like, oh, is this some mad twist where like this fairy tale thing's actually Henry's imagination? That would actually be sick. Like this whole thing that's going on in this fairy tale world is actually just in Henry's head. Oh my god, imagine that would be the twist. in the series finale. Like the last episode of the final season, they just look at Henry and go, no, you just made it all up, mate. And that was it. Yeah, that is episode 2 of Once Upon a Time. Not in Hollywood, but it is Once Upon a Time. Better than the first episode, for sure. Definitely way better than the first episode. Just still some things I'm not loving, though. I still haven't connected with any of the characters, but the evil queen, or whatever, she's definitely the best out of all of them. And she was really good this episode, to be fair to it. The main character's a little bit better for sure. The Snow White character in the real world, or whichever is the real world, but we'll say our real world and fairy tale world, we'll go with that. So the real world, Snow White or whatever, she seems okay as well. Henry I don't like. Again, I know he's a kid actor, whatever, the acting's just pulls me off. I can't. And there are good kid actors out there, so it's not even really an excuse like that all kid actors are awful. They're not. But this kid actor, I don't know, like, there might be an improvement, I don't know, but it's like, you can see him looking at the camera and doing this side eye, and it's like, I don't know, maybe it's a bit harsh, because like I say, it is a kid actor, but I'd say if it was another actor doing it as well, so it's probably, I mean, even Stevens, as they say. So yeah, don't really care for Henry. Jamie Dornan's character, again, has potential, kind of like the main character in Snow White, but I just don't really care for any of them at the moment. The one I do like, I actually do like the evil queen in a way. She just brings the most personality, and if you take her out of the show, it's not half as interesting. Like, she's really, well, the show wouldn't exist without her, to be fair. Like, she seems to be the main character besides, what's her name, Bella Swan or Miss Swan. So besides her, obviously she seems to be the main kind of, all the fairy tale stuff we got with this episode was about her and how she came about doing the curse. By sacrificing a dad who was Henry. I was like, oh my god, it's Henry, what the fuck? But no, it's just the name. It was just sharing the same name, I think. So that whole storyline was okay. The only thing that puts me off the fairy tale world is this whole green screen thing. It's like, and maybe they didn't have the budget for it, but it seems like they didn't actually create any of the sets that were in the fairy tale world. It's all green screen. If you look at their feet when they're walking around, you can see them kind of gliding along the floor, because the floor isn't even real. Like, none of it's real apart from the actors, and it's very noticeable. And that was like a problem with, and it's very different. But even like the Hobbit films compared to Lord of the Rings, like Lord of the Rings, they created these sets and created all of it, not all of it, but they created a lot of it. Whereas the Hobbit is a lot more so like they're just in a room that's full of green screens, and that's kind of seems to be the case here. It's just like, it's just the actors in a full-on green screen room. I get if they don't have the budget to create these certain sets, but they could have created some of it. Like, maybe they even did with this episode, and I just kind of didn't notice. But to me, it was just very, like, even just looking at the feet, it was so fairly obvious that it was all green screen. But again, they have a low budget, so I try not to bring down show ratings with CGI, like Buffy being the perfect example. But that was like done in the 90s. This was in 2011, so CGI wasn't much of a like easy excuse to kind of, oh, the CGI is poor. Like with Buffy, obviously the CGI is not great because it's in the 90s, but here it's 2011, and the CGI is pretty poor at times. Well, actually most of the time it's very poor. It's very noticeable. I'm sure it will improve though. So, and again, I'm not bringing down the rating because of CGI. It's just one of those things that I do notice and mention when it is bad, because it's there, it exists. But like I say, I'm not bringing down any rating for it, don't worry. So yeah, all that stuff for the fairy tale, good story wise, just the green screen was very noticeable. And then back in the real world, it was kind of Bella Swan walking around, getting arrested, chopping down a tree. I do like the kind of 1v1 she seems to be having with the mayor, or evil queen. I don't know her name, I'll learn it next episode. Does she even have a name? I don't know if they've even mentioned, like, it's like the mayor or the evil queen, but I love that she kind of played her and made her say the word crazy when the Henry was behind her, and she knew she knew that he was coming into the room. That was a boss move. But yeah, I do like that idea. We'll see where that kind of goes, of course. So yeah, again, definitely has potential. I'm going to need a few episodes to really get into the show. But don't worry, we'll be here for 22 episodes at least. And I'm sure if I'm not into it by the end of the first season, then you're not going to want me to react to seasons 2 to 7, because it'll just be me kind of being like, So, episode 2, though, was an improvement from episode 1, which I think I gave episode 1 a 4.5. I'd probably give this one I'll go 6 out of 10. I think it was okay-ish. It was okay. It was, as I said, huge improvement from the first episode. I seem to be getting on with the characters a little bit more. and it was nice to get that backstory to how the curse actually came about. Again, it wasn't that kind of like, oh, what's going to happen, because we knew the curse happened, like we knew she succeeded. So again, certain scenes, and it does it with a lot of films and TV as well, where it's like we know the outcome, but they still try to show a scene of what could happen here. But I think here, to be fair, it was more to show like her struggling and showing what she actually had to do to get that curse to come about, not so much like, oh, did she do it or not, because we know she did and the show knows that. But yeah, I'll go 6 out of 10. Thank you for watching, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed, let me know what you thought of the episode down below in the comments, and I'll be back next time for episode 3 if you do want those early and uncut reactions. A link to the Patreon page will of course be down below. Until next time, peace.